Hey guys, so welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. So tonight we're going to do a tarot card reading for Tia. Tia wants to know about a guy by his first initial starts with J. So I'll just refer to him as J, but she just wants to know how the future is looking. And she's had another tarot card reading from someone else recently. Had some cards that came up in that, and she kind of told me what they were, but I don't really like to look or really so much read into other readings people have had. A lot of the stuff that I get, I don't like to taint. First of all, I don't like to taint my process. My process, really, for the most part, is just making sure that I have a clear, clean mind before I really start getting into doing the tarot. That I've done some meditation and that I'm really kind of in a trance-like state. And that trance-like state is just it would be the same kind of state that you would be in if you were doing like prayer for a long duration of time, or if you were concentrating or you had something on your mind for an extended period of time, and to the exclusion of everything else, that's going on around you. And when I'm in that state of mind, it's really a subconscious state of mind. And I feel as though I feel not just so much disoriented, but maybe disoriented from reality, to the point where I'm kind of clued in on this other, like more of a subconscious realm, if you will. And when that happens, it's just like a floodgate of things just start to come into my reality, and I start to pick up many things. So let's just kind of like get to where we're at with this one. So Tia and this guy with the first initial J. So I'm just kind of picking up this guy. He has a nice smile, and he's kind of one of those. It's almost like he's provoking. He's like he's having fun, as in kind of a kidding way, kind of a joking kind of way. I see a couch kind of off to his right, and I see him kind of in this room, and it's almost like he's like joking around with Tia. And almost kind of like not an insulting kind of way, but just sort of a flirtatious kind of, he's like provoking a response. And it's kind of like a kind of playfulness. It's really cute, actually. So I'm sort of picking that energy up, and let's see what the future has in store, that kind of thing. So for this, I'm just going to go ahead and do my normal tarot card spread, and then we'll just kind of see where things go. So for the first card that we get this is the past card, and this is the Five of Cups. Now, fives is a lot about change in numerology, and the cups, five of those cups has multiple relationships, and it's just like kind of dissatisfaction with a lot of things. You got some knocked down, some standing. You're just kind of indifferent to either way. And it's about really kind of getting over hurt, picking up kind of the remaining pieces and then carrying on. Oftentimes when this card comes up, it's about like emotional disappointment and almost like a cloud of depression, or kind of the energy that I pick up. Maybe even a little bit of anger and stuff in there, but thing to keep in mind with the Five of Cups is that this is sort of exaggerated emotion, exaggerated feelings. So in the moment, it's almost like we're I don't want to say making a mountain out of a molehill, but I don't really know how else to really put it. It's not exactly that, though. It's more sort of like we're just kind of indifferent, but yet we're making we're really kind of, it's like if you've ever been depressed and, it's like you can't really find that happy place. Even though there's many things to be happy about, it's kind of in that kind of a zone. It's sort of just like you're just kind of disappointed, but to a degree that it's just, you're making more of it than it really needs to be. Like if you just kind of thought more cognitively or kind of put yourself outside or just kind of looked around you, you'd realize there's a lot of really amazing blessings and things going on around you all the time. That's the past, near past, that's around 3 months out or so. In the present moment and all, we have the victory card. It's we have the six of wands. He's up on that horse. He's got the the victory wreath, and it's pretty good. So normally it's really where you get some kind of a short-term victory. So it's kind of like with this relationship, it's sort of like you're seeing some positives starting to come about. You've kind of proven yourself or kind of gained some recognition or gained a position with this person. So it's sort of a victorious time for you. It's like you're kind of experiencing some kind of a win with this person. So if we move along a little bit further into the near future and that things get even a little bit more, things get better even. So we'll just kind of look at this card here for a minute. This is the 4. This is the 4 of wands. Mm-hmm. This is also victory, but this is about supporting one another. So there's that aspect. In this case, he's probably more in the support realm, maybe helping you out somehow, doing something nice for you and stuff. So it's kind of like stability. When I think of the 4 of wands, it's like 4 pillars. It's almost like 4 legs on a chair, 4 legs on a table. If you take one down, you don't really have a lot of support. But when you have all 4 standing, it's pretty hard to move that table because of the support there. So I kind of get a lot of support when I see this card, and it's about order and structure. So you're going to get some more of that, like more formalities and different things like within this relationship. Hey, Keisha, I'm back, she says. Yeah. So good to have you back. So yeah, if you have a question or anything. Oh, you have news and a question. Love it. Yeah, tell me the news. I need some news. And tell me the question too, of course. While you're doing that, I'm just going to finish up this reading here for Tia. So so as far as where we're at kind of with this right now, we've got this, the energy as far as right now, what's going on. It's kind of the Ace of Cups, kind of a nice little wish card. Cup overfloweth, wishes. Everything's really turning out nicely. I'm getting what we desire. Kind of an awakening moment there, awakening in relationships, getting a different perspective on them than what we've had before, that kind of thing. So that's nice. And then just getting a lot of really positive returns, more than we can really handle maybe even. So there's a lot more positive things coming about as a result. And so we also have this energy that's really with Tia right now and what's kind of going on with everything. And of course, I can't really say that I really can't say that this card wouldn't surprise me on some level, especially when you're getting all these positive results and things coming in. And that's this here 4 of Pentacles. Pentacles are money suit. It's also about earth and groundedness. A lot of that Capricorn energy and things about stability and support and different things. Well, this card comes up. It's usually about holding on tightly to that money or the resources or whatever is in front of you. And so the reason for this is because when we have this particular card come up, it's almost like we don't want to let things go. We don't want to when you're starting to get a lot of positives in your life, you start to wonder, well, I've had those downs before. Now I'm seeing some positive returns. I know what those downs were like, and we saw that from the very beginning there with that 5 of Cups. So some of those negatives, those downs. When we're doing good, that's when we try to really hold on to things tightly because we don't want to go back and have to re-experience those downs. So life is all about those ups and downs and that. So yeah. So anyways, I can understand where that attachment to the relationship, that attachment to things is coming into place. But just remember that, when you're so attached to something, it kind of keeps you from valuing other things or enjoying other things in your life. So I've always thought that diversity was really good advice. They talk about that in investing a lot. Diversify your assets. Don't store all your eggs in one basket, as the old saying goes. And so with this, it's really the as you're getting some positive things coming into your life in one direction, hey, watch out for other directions too, because I'm sensing also that you're going to start to pick up some things on other fronts, not just this relationship, not just with this guy, but with other things as well, like a lot of positive things, family things also. I'm picking up maybe a father figure or someone like that in your life that's going to be blessing you in some capacity. I'm really getting that fairly strongly. Mother, maybe even the mother or something also, like on a smaller level, but the father is going to be like really, it's going to be a priority, almost like a project or something, that I'm picking up on this. And I'm getting that kind of energy that's coming in. So a lot of positive things coming about and stuff. So, as you start to experience these positive things, and I'll just remember, it's okay. You don't have to necessarily like grab hold in one direction too tightly, make the most of multiple directions, and keep this relationship, of course, in mind and everything with this guy. So far, so good. Things are going good, and the future looks really bright for you guys. So you don't really have a lot to worry about on that front. But then in other areas of your life as well, you don't have to worry about those areas so much either. But just as the resources and things are coming in, pay attention to all the different directions. That's really what I'm picking up here. If you want to know what the outcome is for all of this and all, well, it's sort of that trip down memory lane. We have this, it's sort of the innocence card or the nostalgia card. Oftentimes when this comes up, it's when we're thinking about those puppy dog relationships. That's the ones, that maybe the first kiss or the first relations that you had with someone, those kind of things, that kind of, those old meaningful relationships. And where they cause those first stimuli to really come about, where you've started having emotions for the first time and started to experience things. And those things are very memorable and things you want to hold on to and hang on to. And that's really kind of this. And so some of the stuff that starts to come into your life, you'll start to realize here pretty soon, is going to be some things from the past, or at least things that are new that will remind you of the past. And that's another big thing with your particular reading here. I'm picking that up. So it could be that this particular person, maybe even that parental figure that I was talking about earlier, that caretaker type person or the paternalistic person, maybe a father figure or something like that, picking up that energy. I see like almost like I don't want to say Santa Claus, but Santa Claus would really kind of be the energy. Like if you imagine Santa Claus laughing and jolly and happy and just, very giving and everything like that, and just, it would be like, he'd be like the life of the party kind of thing, but he'd have that good positive energy where he's just really like, he's in it for the good time, not a long time kind of thing. That's kind of the paternalistic energy that I'm picking up. So if that helps you identify the person a little bit easier, then hopefully that helps you some. But that's kind of what I'm picking up with it, is just kind of that energy of happiness. This person's got like ruddy cheeks almost, but he's got kind of this person, but maybe like maybe a browner beard or something like that, or he's kind of more full figured, but he's got some really jovial, happy-go-lucky energy, that kind of thing. I don't know. This is kind of what I'm picking up anyway. I'm feeling that. And then this Six of Cups is outcome for you and all. It's going to be about it's really about repetition, creating your persuasion and stuff. So the things that it's almost like getting a second chance on something. So if you had negative experiences in the past, you kind of probably by now have learned from those experiences, or learned kind of more about why you had those experiences and why those things came about. Whether it was that person's fault or your fault or no fault of anybody, which is normally the case. It's usually, it's a lot to do with a lot of things, so we have to kind of take full responsibility and kind of just look at things objectively and see where we're at with things. And as we do that, we can right our wrongs, or we can learn from our mistakes and, keep those kind of negative experiences from happening again. I think that's really with this nostalgia card, you start to see things, you'll start to feel really good. This is a lot of positive experiences. You're remembering things, repeating things, reliving things. It's all those words, and it's just like the word repetition, it's about creating things over and over again. And they say that repetition creates your persuasion. So we kind of learn from our mistakes, or we learn from the things that we've done in the past. You do something enough times, you become pretty good at it. If you make enough mistakes, you become pretty good at making mistakes. If you learn from your mistakes and they become very painful for you, and you say, hey, you know what? This doesn't work for me anymore. I want to get this out of my life. then you start to really see things take on a different spin, and life starts to really turn out a lot better. So how do we get to that place, to where we are kind of interlinking with the past in terms of this outcome and everything, and really making the most of things, and really that innocent love and that kind of more pure type relationship, and that pure energy, a really positive, really good energy. How do we get there? What's really the answer to all of that? It's this card right here. It's this Two of Pentacles. And if you notice the infinity sign, infinity is sometimes an indicator of almost like it's a soulmate kind of energy, or like twin flame, as some people call it. But with this particular card, we see two of these pentacles. It says pentacles are that earthy energy. It's that stability and things that that you're looking for. And this is about balancing these two kind of things. So usually two of any suit, like the Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, it represents some kind of inherent conflict. It's a conflict inherent in opposites. So it's like polarity that kind of starts to take effect on things. So if you're focused on your job and you're not focused on your relationship, the relationship might suffer. If you're focused only on your relationship and not on the job, then the job might suffer. So it's sort of that. This is really all about balance. It's about balancing things out. So if you have a good relationship with, all the different aspects of your life, then that stability can really start to materialize for you, and you'll have a lot of positive things. And that's really what I'm picking up from this reading. It's sort of about like almost don't rely so heavily in one direction. It's easy to do that, especially when you got your heart on the line, and there are certain things that all you can do is think about, the things that you're most attracted to or most attached to. Those are the things that we tend to give our focus to. And in Sanskrit, there's a word called dhyanam, and dhyanam means attention or focus. And so like when we're zeroed in on something or focused in on it and all, that's where things really start to materialize. That's where everything starts to go. So if you think about the negative things in life, then you're going to draw those things. And if you think about positive things, then you're going to draw those kind of things in. Almost like law of attraction kind of philosophy kind of thing, but more in this practical sense, more of a realistic kind of sense. If you focus on making money and going out and working and keeping that money saved up, then eventually you're going to have money saved. I mean, it's kind of a reasonable assumption. Same thing in relationships. If you put your focus on relationships and you serve that person well, and you really help that person in a great number of ways, and you go out of your way to really care about that person more than anybody else does, then what will happen is that that person will become very attracted to you, very attached to you. And it will be hard for that person to leave you because nobody else is putting forth the effort like you are. Nobody else is loving them the way that you are. And so that's really the best advice here. Anytime it comes to matters of the heart or love or anything like that, and you really want something in a relationship, first question I would encourage people to ask is, how do I really feel about this person? Is this someone that I can see I'd really like to serve? Is this somebody that I could see in my life long term? Is this somebody that's got a good heart? Is it someone that I can live with? Is it somebody that I can have a future with? Is it somebody that I really, really enjoy being around? And I could see myself really having a good time with this person ongoingly. And if you can answer yes to those questions, but be honest, if you can answer yes to those questions pretty definitively, well, then the next step is really serving that person. That's putting all that energy out there in terms of, really loving them, going out of your way, helping that person in any way you can, and the more that you do that, and the more that you serve in that capacity and all, the more attractive you become. The more value that you have, and the more value something has, the more valuable something is, the more people tend to be attracted to it. And that's where focus tends to go. So the more attentive you are, the more focused you are, the more that that person focuses on you, the more they're going to desire you. And they're going to eschew other things in their life in lieu of you. But as that happens, it's always a good encouragement to encourage that person not to just be only attracted to you, but also to have other areas of their life that are important to fulfill as well. Whether it's with family and, all these other pursuits. But as far as the relationship goes, and as far as love and, romantic relationships and everything, that service is really the key to it. That's how us monks define love. It's service to the object of our affection. So that's it. So so I hope you got a lot out of this reading. As far as where things are going, everything's going in a really positive direction. I don't really see any end in sight or anything like that. So yeah, I hope that really helps you a lot. Now we're just going to shift gears because I have Keisha over here. Keisha Butts. So this is the news and this is the question. So Keisha says, okay, so Adrena went to get blood work done for her sister who has skin cancer. It's 3 sisters she lives with. One of them, the one she lives with, went to donate as well. So when the results came back, Adrena was not a match at all. And they all have the same dad, but Adrena told me that they are telling her that someone has been lying to her about her real parents. I want to know, do you sense a lie? So let's find out. Let's see exactly what's going on. So I'm not an expert when it comes to blood type and these kind of things. I don't know a lot about Western medicine too much. And so like these kind of the science behind things and all, I'm not a real expert or anything on that end. I just go by kind of where I pick up things or I feel things or I get the energy from things. And wow, I'm just getting all kinds of things here. Like I'm just whoa. So let me just shuffle these up a little bit. Okay, we'll go ahead and cut the cards now, and we'll find out where things are at. So this is just a nice little 3-card draw to find out where things are at here. Was there a lie going on about the real parents and that, or not? Well, we'll talk about him here in just a second. I'm just kind of seeing what I pick up here. Okay, so we've got the first card that we have is a 3 of Pentacles. You can see this here. He's a tradesman and stuff. He's very skilled at his trade, and he's teaching other people, kind of explaining to other people kind of like what he does, or consulting with them, giving some advice, that kind of thing. And the thing with 3s, the 3 of any of these suits, it really kind of represents sort of this completion of a goal. Normally this is about getting answers or using your skills in order to achieve something. So in this particular case, we're trying to find out about if someone's actually been lying to her about her real parents. And this card tells us that we need a little bit more information. Like we need to use, there's ways of finding these things out. It's kind of where it's kind of pointing us. Then the Knight of Pentacles is the next card. Knights are about movement. When you see like this, the guy is moving things. It's about, and you see the pinnacle there. That's money or groundedness and all in this sense. It's really about moving forward with trying to get some more information, but making sure that you get your details right. this knight is kind of a perfectionist. He likes to look at things in that kind of a light. And like we said with the threes, when we talked about the Three of Pentacles a minute ago, we were saying that, it kind of represents an initial completion of a goal or some kind of a plan normally. And, it's usually getting some complete answers or trying to use our resources in order to get answers or to finish something, to move something forward. And in the same light, we have another three here. So it's very telling here. It's the Three of Wands. This person's kind of looking off in the expanse and all, looking forward to, using those resources and different things in order to, the Wands, of course, are more about action. Pentacles are more about stability and, really that grounded energy, covering our bases, not jumping the gun, but just kind of, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. With this Three of Wands, it's about, normally this is about talking to experts or, getting some kind of approval, or normally it's getting someone to open up and really kind of support what you've got going on. And normally when someone has sort of a vested interest in what you have to say or kind of your ideas or that kind of thing. And that's a lot of where you're looking more toward like expert advice, that kind of thing. So with this, I'm picking up that there's more to it than meets the eye, but it may be a little bit more complicated than just getting an answer. So whether it's about the lie or not, it's something a little bit deeper, a little bit more covered up. And for a reason. I'm not really picking up too strongly what the reason is, though. And that's what I've been trying to zero in on since these cards sort of came to the forefront. So it's almost like there's someone that knows something, someone that has some knowledge of something and all, and it may not be a bad idea to get with this person if you know who it could be, or you can find out maybe who it could be. Because I think if you can get this person by themselves, that they will tell you kind of what the deeper reasoning is behind why no one ever really sort of opened up. Official Jay Williams, of course. Yeah, please ask a question. We'll get you an answer. Absolutely. Good to have you in the chat. So, Keisha, that's sort of where I'm at on this, there's something about this. I think it's kind of obvious that maybe she might have been adopted or something like that, or there may be something to do with parentage. Maybe not even like adopted so much as, I don't know, I'm just picking up like maybe there's something to do with like, I don't know, it's something secret, secretive. There's a secretiveness going on with this. And that secretiveness is something that, I guess really the only way you're really going to find this out is if you can actually address there's someone that will open up to you. I'm picking that up. Oh yeah, you can just ask a question now, Official Jay Williams, if you like. And if you don't want to use somebody's exact name or something, just put in an alias or something and we'll just run with that. But okay, gotcha. That's a nice question. Official Jay Williams wants to know kind of just whatever spirit wants Official Jay Williams to know. So let's turn our attention to that. So Keisha, I wish I could give you more of a finite answer on this particular one. There's just more to it than just the answer, though. That's the thing. There's something secretive or more involved that once you know what it is, things will be like will make a lot more sense and all. The people that whatever the cover up is or whatever, it wasn't a bad thing though. I can tell you that much. It was actually for someone's better good or something like that, and to protect someone and actually to protect her. So this is more for her protection than it is for anything else. Like the intentions were good, I can tell you that much. It's never good to lie or deceive people or anything like that, but sometimes not knowing the full truth is not always a bad thing. We have to kind of look at it kind of in that light also. But once you know, this person would open up to you, not to her, not to Adrena or maybe other people close, but this person would open up to you, and especially like almost like if you present yourself as kind of going around like a journalist or something, kind of snooping around or something like that, or start to ask questions. This person, just for the sake of covering this thing back up or kind of keeping it hid, keeping it under the, stuck in the closet or underneath the rug, keeping it swept under there, just for that sake, might open up to you just to kind of explain things to you so that you understand where this person is coming from and why it's important that you don't really go and, really say anything to, Adrena about anything. And it'll make a lot more sense to you. You'll get a clearer, better picture of this, because ultimately, I mean, you don't want to hurt your friend, and neither does the people involved with this. And it's a lot about that. So yeah, it could be like, and I'm just going to use this as an example. It's just something that kind of came to me. It could be like if this person's real parents maybe had some kind of a real heinous thing that they had done, like serial killer or something like that. If that had come about, then obviously, if Adrena found out that her parents or her parent or something like that had that kind of a history or background, to save her embarrassment, to save her from, that haunting her or something like that, that might have been a good enough reason to kind of keep that thing swept under the rug. Plus, these parents of hers probably really do care a great deal about her. And so it's about protection, and that kind of thing. What parents would do, But yeah, you're absolutely welcome. Okay, so now let's go to Official J. Williams' question. And let's just see what Spirit would like to reveal. And see where we're at with things. And I think after this, we'll probably end the live stream, because I have more tarot card readings that I need to do, and so I'll come back online. And then if anybody else joining in or whatever would like to ask a question on the other ones, that's great. But I've got some commitments that I need to follow through with. So I got to make sure I get these done, and then I'll have the free time to kind of do some other tarot card readings for anybody else that would like one. Otherwise, I'll have people mad at me. All right, so let's see where we're at. I think so. We'll do a nice 3-card reading for this and get what we get. Okay, so looks like there's some kind of decision or something that may be coming up for you, Official J. Williams, something that you'll need to come to an understanding with. It's going to be more about like you've got ideas or thoughts or dreams or fantasies, and you want to make those things come into reality. These are positive things for you and all. By the way, the card is the wish card. Actually, it's like 7 of cups. Notice those different objects in the different cups, and each cup represents a different relationship. It could be a relationship with money or an object or a person or an idea or whatever the case happens to be. And right now we see things kind of up in the cloud. So that's why I say, like, it's kind of a reminder of like, okay, we've got all these things that we want to achieve or things that we're caught up in our own mind. And now we need to be able to move forward with it and sort of align actions with those dreams. So that's kind of where we're at with things, what I'm kind of picking up. Or now the next thing that we have is the, we need to take action, but then at the same time, we don't want to overcommit ourselves either. If you overcommit yourself in any one direction, things start really piling up on you. Things get really heavy, and that's this energy here. The wands are all about action, though. It's about sometimes doing too much. So if you find yourself maybe doing too much in one particular direction, well, that could be a good reason why, a lot of the things that you really want to achieve, kind of your dreams and those kind of things, maybe that's why they haven't yet come into fruition in different things, is because maybe you just you've taken on too much in other directions that you haven't really been able to let those things come in. So the kind of the lesson here with this particular card is not to overcommit. Because when you do, everything kind of becomes sort of a strain. And the lesson is just to kind of let go of those oppressive stressors, those things that are things that are not really fulfilling your life's purpose and that kind of thing. Maybe you're helping other people on their life's purposes, which is a very noble thing, but sometimes we have to honor, what it is that we feel in our heart that we need to follow through with, and that's the direction sometimes we need to take. So it doesn't mean that we stop serving other people by any means. It just means that, we have to sometimes really, whatever you're feeling like in terms of your spiritual sense or whatever, that's sometimes something you have to honor too, because unless you're your best version of yourself, it's hard to be a good version. It's hard to be fully helpful to someone else. So, it's sort of like others benefit when you benefit, and vice versa. When others benefit, you also benefit. So it's sort of that energy that kind of is that give and take. So sometimes when you're down on your luck, others help you. And then sometimes when they're down on their luck, you help them. And in that way, everybody has some security. It's sort of that security blanket. Next, we have as a final card, it's sort of this, which is kind of interesting because we have this polarity going on here. We have this, we can have whatever we want. We just need to focus on it and then put some action behind those thoughts and ideas and kind of drive those things home. And then we have this other energy where we've kind of ignored some of the things in our mind that we wanted to pursue in lieu of pursuing these other things or helping other people out and really putting our attention and our service more in that direction. But we've done it to such an extreme that we really don't have any time for ourselves anymore. And we're missing the mark on kind of where maybe we should be putting our energy. We're putting it in kind of maybe the wrong places or things that are not serving our higher good, helping our higher good. And so what we have in the last card here is we have the Two of Swords. We see this quite a lot. This is water behind her. Water is the unconscious. The moon, of course, it's sort of things hidden. The blindfold, things hidden. A sword is usually two ideas or two thoughts or something like that. And these are kind of crossed in front. And so it's sort of a decision. Anytime we have twos, it's sort of about making a decision or things like that, having to choose between one thing and another thing. So it's a kind of a painful card sometimes because of life's consequences. But when you don't decide or you don't take action or you don't move things forward and all, then that's sort of a decision itself. And, really the essence of this card is just really, to take the time right now, to meditate, to just, get away, kind of pull back a little bit, and then just really kind of like take your time and choose the best choice for yourself. And, is it going to be that you're going to pursue some of these dreams and put some action into those things, into the things that you're really feeling more driven to, like in your heart? Or are you going to just continue to kind of keep on keeping on as you have been doing when those wands are getting pretty heavy there? You keep on taking on more things, trying to help. That's kind of your nature. And it's good to have a serving nature. It's very good. But at the same time, you have to select or choose what you're serving, like which direction you're going to really put your energy and your focus on, because it's, it's not just that, okay, if I quit serving these people, I'm not serving anybody. And then that makes me feel guilty, or that's more like I'm self-serving. It's not about that at all. It's just more about like switching the directions in terms of where you put that service at. And, doing it in a way that's going to make you the best version of yourself so that you can serve in the best way possible. So Official J. Williams, I hope that this was a good reading. It's overall a really good reading. It's just kind of like a reminder that says, hey, we need to focus our attention where it needs to be focused. And to do that, we need to take a little bit of time out and to do that. So yeah, you're absolutely welcome. Yeah. Hope that makes some sense for you. And that's kind of what I'm picking up also. All right, you guys. So this was a really fun live stream. I've really enjoyed this and got a lot of things, and I'm feeling very, very psychic right now. And so I just think I need to push forward here, get some of these other tarot card readings out of the way for some folks. And then if you guys want to join in on any of the other live streams that we have going on, feel welcome to. I'll be back on here in just a few minutes. I'll see you guys all then. Much love, many blessings. And anybody that wants to help the monks, just go to helpbydonating.com. You can support us there. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification to get future notifications from us when we come on. And then if you have questions or anything, like Keisha or official Jay Williams, you can feel welcome to ask those online. And if not, you can always reach me via email as well. That will be in the description below this video, along with that helpbydonating.com website. So see you guys soon. Much love, many blessings.